Well, the road to 2012 already taken some twists and turns, but what will happen to the GOP field if two more hats are thrown into the ring? Will Sarah Palin and Paul Ryan shake things up? Joining us for a fair and balanced debate, president of the New Agenda, Amy Siskind, Republican strategist Ford O'Connell, and author of The End of Anger, A New Generation's Take on Race and Rage, Ellis Cose. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Ellis, let me start with you. Sarah Palin, the name that we've heard about for months and months and months, more speculation after the video she released about her Iowa trip. And then she's speaking Labor Day weekend at a Tea Party rally. Will she run? And whose position does it change the most if she does?
Not clear to me whether she's going to run or not. And she certainly will be an exciting addition if she does. But I think the fact of the matter is she's yesterday's news, and stylistically she sort of competes most with Michelle Bachmann. She has a tendency to say things that don't make a whole lot of sense upon examination and that need to be explained a lot. She is certainly very popular with her Republican base, but even her Republican base has doubts about her electability. Roughly, I guess CNN did a poll not too long ago, and roughly half the people say they want her to run, roughly half say they don't want her to run, and only a third say they'll really vote for her. So I think she has real problems.
Amy, is she yesterday's news? If she runs, weigh in whether you think she will or not, but whose position does it change? Who does it help? Who does it hurt?
I of course, do think she is going to run.
Of course
I've
you
thought
do.
that
Why?
for a very long time. I just have had the sense for the last year that she was going to run. And I think that, listen, our country is in a position right now where Americans are completely and utterly fed up with government. We have a 13% congressional approval rating. Sarah Palin has a unique style and a unique talent to foster cooperation that I don't think anybody else in the GOP field does.
But that fed up with government thing is already kind of owned, isn't it, by Rick Perry, who even talked about secession at one point, and Michelle Bachmann, who certainly, although she's a congresswoman.
Rick Perry is not a solution, and Americans now are looking for solutions. There's two people I think that can deliver a solution. One of them is Sarah Palin, because I think if she comes into office, she's a different type of leader than anybody else in the GOP field, based on what she did as governor, where she was able to explain to the people of her state what was needed, which is clearly something our leaders are not doing, and then she was able to get both sides to work together. There's nobody else in the GOP field that's been able to do that.
Ford has some background knowledge on this, having worked on the McCain-Palin ticket. So you've seen her behind the scenes. You probably have a little better knowledge of how she works. Will she run? Does she have a chance? One high-profile governor said to me that he thinks it solidifies things for Mitt Romney if she gets in.
Well, with Sarah, you never know. Okay, that's the bottom line. She is a tireless campaigner, and she could do very well in Iowa. I think her entrance into the field would certainly hurt Perry and Bachmann. Clearly, the Democrats are very scared of Perry. That said, I do think she also helps, Mitt Romney. And if any indication of whether or not she's going to run, her new video, Iowa Passion, is certainly a compelling case, as Karl Rove noted yesterday. But again, with Sarah, you never know.
Can she put together a national organization? Does she need it?
I think she does need a national organization. She does have she is a Tea Party favorite, but she's got to get beyond fiscal and social conservatives. She really has to, hit independents and establishment Republicans. And I think for her that could be very hard unless she fine-tunes her message. But she is a tireless campaigner, and she is very smart, but she really has to work on that.
Tough needle to thread.
It's going to be a pitchfork type of election this year, and the American people have had it, and they're looking for total change. Throw the bombs out from the top to bottom. This is a different type of leader at a time when our country is looking for a different type of leader, and I think that she uniquely as well among the GOP field can be socially actually libertarian if you look at her governing record. So I think that will appeal to people who are independents, will appeal to people who voted for Hillary Clinton and are still disenfranchised with the Democratic Party. I think Palin can bring those type of people in uniquely.
I get a little worried when Democrats start trumping up candidates, FYI. So, these things worry me a little bit.
Let's move to the man.
I'm not so sure many people see her as a solution outside of her base, but that's an interesting question.
Let me move to the man whose job they all want. The president, after Labor Day, will unveil his new jobs plan with a new speech. We don't know everything that'll be in it. We know that he'll have an infrastructure bank. He'll propose some ways to stimulate, to incentivize hiring. But how does the president, Ellis, come out and say, we need to shrink the deficit long term, but we need to spend in the short term. How is he going to accomplish that and get this economy moving again?
I think it's a fairly easy argument to make intellectually. Basically, every respectable economist has been making that argument already, and they've also. I mean, there was a very interesting.
But politically, can he accomplish that?
Politically, it's dead on arrival. But I think he has to make his case. I think he has to make his case, and I think the problem, even with the debt ceiling debate, was that he was very shy about making his case, and people are waiting for that.
So
Obama
you're looking
to stand
for
up.
some more backbone
Precisely.
regarding this plan.
Yeah, regarding this plan and regarding just generally taking on what has been a Congress that has been obstructionist. I mean, he has spoken to it kind of obliquely.
Yeah.
He spoke to it a bit more clearly this week during his barnstorming campaign.
Well, considering the divisive environment, Amy, does he have a chance of getting any additional spending through?
It's time to take some leadership and for some of our leaders to explain what needs to be done in a balanced way. He hasn't shown the ability to be capable to do that, unfortunately. And I don't know if he can get there. But, I think they all need to go back to Washington and get to work and try to figure something out for us.
Should be interesting. All right, Ford, Amy, Ellis, thank you all for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, what's coming up?
All right, Dave, thank you.